promoting a healthy environment. It's the air we breathe. Clean, safe water. Responsible management of our natural resources. We protect and restore for a sustainable future. The environment matters.
The more people learn to appreciate what's in their backyard, we think that that'll go a long way in helping to protect those resources.
A river, once nearly dead, now teeming with life. We'll visit an exhibit that shows just how much the water quality in one West Virginia river has improved. Plus,
a lot of children learn best when they get to actually physically interact with whatever they're studying. So they actually remember things like this.
Some hands-on lessons about preserving our environment. Hello everyone and welcome to Environment Matters. I'm Greg Adolphson with the West Virginia Department of Environmental Protection. Economy, energy, and the environment. Those are the three E's that make up the E3 West Virginia program. For the past 3 years, E3 West Virginia has helped businesses and local governments find ways to save energy, save money, and reduce pollution. And thanks to that success, the program has just gotten a big boost. Next we have Dr. With the stroke of a pen, E3 West Virginia took a big step forward as 19 signatories representing county, state, and federal government entities, utilities, manufacturers, and academic and community development organizations signed on to the E3 West Virginia Charter. E3 West Virginia partners work together to promote sustainable environmental and energy practices and economic growth throughout West Virginia. The program provides energy and environmental assessments. So far, 56 industrial facilities and 22 local governments have taken advantage of the program, with a potential energy savings of $3.6 million.
From our perspective, the E3 is a good dovetail for us to work. The DEP's customers are our customers, and it's an opportunity for us to work together with them. They're providing the assessments. We have energy efficiency programs that provide rebates to the customers. The rebates can be utilized to do a lot of the measures that are recommended by the assessments.
And that's the purpose of the E3 West Virginia Charter, to bring together the resources, the programs, and the know-how under one umbrella. In essence, a one-stop shop for businesses and communities alike.
What we're doing here is we're building partners and collaborations. Everybody has resources, but what we need to do is share our information about the resources and see how they can bring value to the E3 partnership and to the manufacturers in that partnership.
And that collaboration is the key to success.
Well, I think historically we were kind of stovepiped, and I only knew about our programs, and USDA only knows about their programs. And to give the customer the best that we can, we need to understand all the programs that are available to our customers, and then refer them either to whoever has the best product for them. The importance of being energy efficient and how much money we can save. I think that with the assessments that they've done so far, they're starting to understand even the other needs of the small businesses. They're helping them save so much money, and now they've brought in all the other resources to say, hey, you know what, they may need a loan, they may be interested in contracting. Let's take them to the next level as we go to the next level.
By investing in local communities, addressing energy and sustainability challenges, and focusing on real-world solutions, the E3 West Virginia program aims to lead the state toward a sustainable future. Several other groups have expressed interest in joining the E3 West Virginia Charter, and program managers say they are encouraged by the response. Speaking of energy savings, you wouldn't leave a window of your house open when the cold winter weather arrived, would you? Well, the truth is, most of us are guilty of that, so to speak. According to the U.S. Department of Energy, the average home has enough air leakage to equal a 2-square-foot hole, which is like leaving a medium-sized window open 24/7. A recent study found that if all houses improved air sealing, it could save $33 billion. That's billion with a B in energy cost. And saving energy also means reducing air pollution. We spoke to a local home improvement expert about what causes some of the biggest problems.
One of the first places I'm going to look is your attic access. I'm going to look at your pull-down steps. I'm going to look at the pass-through hatch at the top of a closet ceiling or wherever that may be. but those are notorious for leaking air from our conditioned space inside our home up through our attic. Many times we see, many studies have been made that we lose 10 to 12% through our windows and doors. The numbers differ, but not that much. About 40% straight up through our ceilings. So we're looking at those attic access hatches, the pass-throughs, the can lights, and all the penetrations for the plumbing and the electric that goes up to the attic. Those are really, really important to seal off. Air movement is what we need to do before we even begin to think about insulation.
Paxton says products like caulk, weather stripping, and spray foam are all effective when it comes to sealing off air leaks, and in many cases that's something a homeowner can do in a weekend. He says most insulation is designed to reduce the transfer of heat, but allow air to pass through. Bottom line, your house will be more comfortable winter and summer. And you'll see a noticeable difference on your utility bills if you just take care of those air leaks first. Another energy waster, now that colder weather is here, underinflated tires. The average tire loses 1 to 2 pounds of air pressure for every 10-degree drop in temperature. That means the tires that were properly inflated in August, when it was 90 degrees, can become seriously underinflated on 30-degree November mornings. Underinflated tires increase friction, causing your engine to have to work harder, burn more fuel, and create more air pollution. Driving around on underinflated tires is like paying an extra 10 cents for every gallon of gasoline you buy, so it pays to keep your tires properly inflated. It's not every day that you see a smallmouth bass swimming on Kanawha Boulevard, but if you were in downtown Charleston a couple weeks ago, you were treated to an up-close look at just how diverse and healthy the fish population in the Kanawha River is these days. The DEP's Sarah Alford joins us now from Charleston. And Sarah, this demonstration was put on by ORSANCO, the Ohio River Valley Water Sanitation Commission.
Greg, ORSANCO was established in 1948 to control and abate water pollution in the Ohio River and its tributaries. The group represents West Virginia and 7 other states that make up the Ohio River Basin and was in Charleston recently for a commission meeting. It takes more than a garden hose to fill up this 2,200-gallon portable aquarium, so it took a little help from our friends at the Charleston Fire Department. ORSANCO's traveling Life Below the Waterline exhibit features 2 5-foot by 10-foot viewing areas that give folks a close-up look at what's just under the surface of the Kanawha and how much it's improved in recent years.
Things used to be pretty bad back in the 40s, 50s, even through the 60s. Clean Water Act came in the 70s, EPA was formed, and things have really improved quite a bit. People don't really get to see that though. I mean, they see the water and maybe it's a little bit clearer most of the time, but they don't really get to see the improvement.
It wasn't that long ago the oxygen levels in the river were too low to support any life, as seen in this documentary from the early 1960s.
And then there are drippings and droppings, samplings and spills, and leaks and leavings that are cleaned up with hose and water. Everything that can flow moves inexorably down drains, through pipes, out sluices, and tumbles into the Kanawha, then of course into the Ohio.
But the Kanawha has made a remarkable comeback.
There's multiple species of game fish in the Kanawha now. It's a destination for people. There are bass tournaments held there. People catch catfish, crappie, walleye, sauger, smallmouth, largemouth. I mean, it's a robust fishery, and it means a lot to the economy here.
It's important to think of the river as part of a much larger system, which is why the health of the Kanawha River has an impact that's felt downstream on the Ohio, the Mississippi, and to the Gulf and beyond. In Charleston, I'm Sarah Alford for Environment Matters.
Thanks, Sarah. The Life Below the Waterline Traveling Aquarium is just one of several educational programs operated by the organization. To find out more, you can check out their website, orsanco.org. Coming up,
they're kind of learning in disguise. I don't even think they recognize how much they're getting out of this festival.
Taking class outside of the classroom for a little hands-on learning, plus getting in shape for this year's Envirothon. Those stories and more when Environment Matters continues.